Hello friends, if the prices of goods and services increase continuously year after year, then in simple language it is called inflation. In our country, the government uses some indexes to measure inflation, namely WPI and CPI. WPI and CPI means Wholesale Price Index and Consumer Price Index. Now, although these are the technical terms, but the concept behind them is quite common and it is used in common conversation in our homes. You must have seen that when you bring ration for the month from the market, you are asked how much all this stuff cost. And when you tell that this stuff came for 5000 rupees, then one or the other of the elders in the house say that in our time this much stuff used to come for 1000 rupees. So, if we observe the conversation here, then the details that we are able to find here are that the items of this basket used to cost 1000 rupees in grandfather's time, but in today's date, its price has become rupees 5000. That is, the price of this item has increased by 400% since grandfather's time. So let's understand how this concept is related to WPI and CPI. See, the governments of our country first make a list of those commodities which are commonly used in our homes. This standard set of commodities is called basket. Apart from this, the government also needs a reference point to measure inflation, by comparing which it is decided that how much today's prices have increased as compared to the past, which in our example was grandfather's time. This reference year is called the base year, and in today's date, the base year which is used in our country is 2011 to 2012. As we can understand, it is not a calendar year but a fiscal year. That is starting from April of 2011 till March of 2012. After this, the government evaluates the current price by surveying the goods kept in those baskets. And in this way, we get to know how much the current prices have increased as compared to the base year. Now, the thing to note here is that this basket is different for wholesale and consumers. Basically, when goods are brought in wholesale, then standard set of commodities are of different type. And when consumers like us go to the market and buy things, then they are of different type. Actually, the thing is that factories sell their produced goods to wholesale dealers, and wholesale dealers sell these goods further to retail shops. And from retail shops, these goods reaches consumers like us. Basically, producers sell their manufactured goods to wholesalers at producer price. Wholesalers sell these goods to retailers at wholesaler price. And we buy these goods from retail shop at retail price or say at consumer price. So basically the indices used to measure the average price level of producer price, wholesale price and consumer price are PPI, that is producer price index, WPI, that is wholesale price index, and CPI, that is consumer price index. But one thing is to be noted here. Suppose producer sells his goods to wholesaler for rupees 10. Then wholesaler will sell the same goods to retailers for rupees 15, because he will have to add his profit or whatever his costing like transport or whatever he will add, and thus he will sell it to retailers at a higher price than producer price. And similarly, retailers will also add their margin and then sell the goods to consumers at slightly higher prices. So in this scenario, if we consider that the producer increases his prices due to some reason, then it is certain that wholesale prices will also increase, and ultimately consumer prices will also increase. So this means that if the government keeps an eye on the PPI, that is producer price index, then it will be able to find out before the increase in inflation that the prices of the things in the market are going to increase. Because what happens is that it takes some time for the goods produced by the producers to reach the consumers. So if the government already knows that producer prices have increased and consumer prices are also going to increase in the coming time, then the government can take measures related to controlling inflation by regulating its fiscal policy, and the central bank can regulate its monetary policy. But in our country, to measure inflation, WPI and CPI are used instead of PPI. However, we try to bring WPI as close as possible to PPI. And yes, only those prices are considered for WPI which are used for the first point of bulk sale in our domestic market. That is, when the wholesaler sells his goods to retailers for the first time, the same prices are considered in the wholesaler price, and the prices increased in that are used in the calculation of WPI. In our country, WPI is used in macro level policy making, while CPI is used for micro level policy making. And in today's video, we will focus on WPI, that is Wholesale Price Index. In the basket of wholesale, total 697 commodities have been placed in a country, and these commodities have been categorized into three parts: fuel and power, manufactured products, and primary articles. The things that are kept in primary articles are food articles, non-food articles, and minerals, while the things that are considered in manufactured products are food products, tobacco, beverages, textile, leather, etc. And in the category of fuel and power, coal, mineral oil, and electricity are considered. Now, it may be that you get a little confused seeing this, that primary articles have food articles and non-food articles, and there is food product inside manufactured products also. So, what is the difference between these things? So, if you see their examples, then you will understand. Basically, food articles are those things which are produced naturally and which can be eaten. For example, cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables, milk, meat, spices, etc. And non-food articles are those things which are produced naturally but cannot be eaten. Example of these are raw cotton, jute, silk, etc. And if we talk about food products, then these are the things that come in the category of processed food, such as sugar, tea, coffee, chocolate, noodles, cornflakes, etc. So we have seen here that the government has divided the commodities used in wholesale into three parts. But the weightage of these three items is not same here. Manufactured products have the highest weightage in this basket, and its value is 64.23%. Then comes primary articles whose weightage is 22.62%. And fuel and power have the least weightage in this basket. Its value is 13.15%. Now let us look at the further categorization within manufactured products, fuel and power, and primary articles. Here we can see what items come inside it, and also you can see their individual weightage against those items. For example, the total weightage of manufactured products is 64.23%. But if we talk about food products, then its individual weightage becomes 9.122%. Now we will add the individual weightage of all these items. Then we will get 64.23%. Similarly, you can also see the weightage of individual items inside fuel and power. And you can also see here the weightage of items of primary articles. Let us now understand how WPI is calculated. For this, we will take the example of furniture. To calculate the price of this chair, quotations are taken from different places of India, and it is obvious that the chair will be selling at different prices everywhere in India. That is why multiple quotations are taken for each item of the wholesale basket. Currently, 8,331 quotations are used in WPI calculation. Basically, the thing is that the more quotations we have, the more accurate our WPI will be. So it is tried that maximum quotations can be used in WPI calculation. So let's assume that we have asked for total 11 quotations for this particular chair, and we need these quotations on base price as well as on current price. Base price, that is the price that this chair had for 2011-12. Now, one thing we should note is that indirect taxes, that is GST, are not included in base price and current price. This is because we do not want the value of WPI to be impacted due to fiscal policy. So now in this example, we have base price and current price. On the basis of these two values, we calculate price relative. The formula to calculate price relative is that we have to divide the current price by the base price and multiply it by 100. Then on the basis of this formula, when we calculate the price relatives of all the quotations, then we have to take the geometric mean of all these values. And the value that comes is called elementary price index of that particular item. Actually, earlier we used to calculate this value through arithmetic mean. Can you tell why we have switched from arithmetic mean to geometric mean? You can tell your answer by writing in the comment box. Now let's move ahead. So basically this complete calculation where how the elementary price is calculated is called Evans index formula. In this we basically talked about two things. First, how the price relative is calculated, and then finally the geometric mean of all the price relative values. So we have calculated the value of elementary price index in case of furniture with the help of Evans index formula, which we will call I1. and the weight mentioned against this item will be called W1. So what we have to do is to calculate the elementary price index of all the items in this list based on the quotations and multiply it by the weight of that particular item. And we have to take the summation of the value of all these items and divide it by the total weight. It is obvious that if we add all the items, the total weight will be 100. So this formula which is now in front of us is called Lasperus index formula. And remember that inside this Lasperus index formula, we had calculated I1, which was calculated from Evans index formula. So we understood how WPI is calculated. And this calculation is done on the monthly basis in our country. So for the base year, which is 2011-12, the value of WPI for every month will be 100. You can see it by calculating if you want. For this calculation, you do not even need a copy pen. Base price and current price are same. So current price divided by base price into 100. So the value of price relative will be 100. That is, by Evans index formula, the I value of all items will be basically 100. You will multiply it by its corresponding weight. I, that is 100, will be common in all. So if you look at the numerator and denominator, then both will cancel each other. So the final value will be 100. That is why we said that base price will always be 100 every month. By the way, you don't need to do this calculation. You just need to know that if we are saying something, then why we are saying it. Now here you can see the actual values of WPI for the year 2022-23. Now here is a very important point which you should not miss under any circumstances. The point is that WPI is measured point to point. This means that for the month for which we are calculating WPI, we have to consider the same month of the base year. For example, if we are calculating WPI in the month of August of 2022, then we will take the reference of the month of August of the base year. This is because there may be few things in the basket of WPI which are seasonal. So after calculating in this way, if we have the WPI value of every month, then we can draw any chart on its base. And we can see whether the trend of WPI is going upwards or downwards. Now after understanding all this, we should also know that who publishes the data of WPI. So the thing is that for this, the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade is responsible, that is DPIT. This department comes under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And it is the same department which was earlier called the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, that is DIPP. In 2019, it was renamed as DPIT. So these were the details related to WPI. In the next video, we will cover CPI. To cover Indian history and Indian economy in detail, follow Bookstawa playlist. Link is given in the description box. Thank you so much for watching and supporting Bookstawa.